25. Honest. Aware. If a person thinks you know about it. Badly. Belong. Continue every experience filled hurt adjustment to recycle material. Normal, relax, request, resign, reward, rule. Since visible, why force, choice, community, then distant, teaching, escape, face, follow, fright, fright, ghost, individual, 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 rich, return, survive, upset, voice, weather, wise. A nice woman lived by a large river. She loved children. She wanted to help them in any way. She loved the community, and everyone in the community loved her. She lived a very long time and became very wise. When she died, she became a ghost. She was dead, but every night she returned to her community. She wanted to help children and not to cause them fright. But she had scary voice. Children were afraid of her. But the girl was a good one. She always scared them to help them. One night, some children and the dog were playing by the river. They were having fun with the bat, but they were far from home. Then the weather became bad, and rain and rained. The river was rising. It was very dark. The children knew they lost. They needed to go north, but they didn't know what direction it was. When the moon came out, they saw a ghost by the river. The girl said, "Go away." The children felt great fright. They knew a ghost. Then the girl moved closer. She yelled again, "Ghost away." The children became very upset. Some of them began to cry. The children knew how to try. They could step. They could stay and think discover individual in life. And children around the door turned away. The girl followed them all the way. Finally, the children reached home. The girl was very happy. Soon the river higher and higher. It's very dangerous. The girls has helped the children survive. She has said under flying water they also build a powder to lead them home. Sometimes bingo has an advantage so can save the life. 7. Allow, announce, decide, challenge, blame, condition, contribute, different, divide, expert, famous, force, harm, lay, peace, brings, protect, 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 sense, certain, therefore, the best friends. King Minor were very sad. His condition was getting worse. He had 3 sons. He loved them all. He had to announce who would become a king. 2 whisperers standing waiting outside the kingdom. Vizier get the oldest and strongest. He thought his father would make him king. Peleus, the second son, thought suddenly he was the expressive weapon. He thought the king would choose him. When I am king, Peter told Peleus, I'll let you contribute to the defense of our country. You can lead. Peleus became angry. Father, no, I am famous for my sword skill. He make me king. You, Peter yelled, he wants you, shoot you, the kingdom is mine. Peleus screamed, Father, you give it to me, or I'll you forced to take it. Vizier made a sudden move to take out the sword. Then Peleus said the same. Eating me will be a challenge, Peter says. Fight me now. The winner gets the kingdom. Pyrrhus agreed. King Minos could hear the son fighting. The drunkest son Trajan stood beside him. He said, "Stand to Father sadness." The king laid his head fast on Trajan's arm. "Your brother fight too much," the king told them. "I must protect my king for all harm." And between them, the people won't know what to do. There will be war. I can't allow either of them to be king. Therefore, I make a new king. The kindness that all major special. It's the difference between you and your brother. You can bring peace. They can't. They and the king died. Peter and Peria heard their youngest brother were king. The words of pride. They realized that the fighting was wrong. It kept them from saying goodbye to their father. They agreed to hesitation as a king. He was the best choice. The best friends. King Minos was very sick. His condition was getting worse. He had three sons. He loved them all. He had 1 hour who would become two princes stood waiting outside the king's room. Theseus was the oldest and strongest. He thought his father would make him king. Peleus, the second son, fought too differently. He was an expert with weapons. He thought the king would choose him. "When I'm king," Theseus told Peleus, "I'll let you contribute to the defense of our country. You can lead." Peleus became angry. "Father, no, I will think from my sword skill. May he make me king? You, Peter Joe. He won't choose you. The kingdom is mine." Heroes claim, "Father will give it to me, or I you forced to take it." Peter made a sudden move to take out the sword. Then Pyrrhus had the same. "Beating me will be a challenge." Peter said, "Find me now. The winner gets the kingdom." Pyrrhus agreed. King Minos got terrified and the youngest son Trajan stood behind him. He sensed his father's sadness. The king laid a team flask on Trajan's arm. "Your brother fight too much," the king told them. "I protect my king from all harm." They divided between them. The people won't know what to do. There will be war. I can't allow either of them to be king. Therefore, I making new king or make the special. It's the difference between you and your brother. They can't. They can the king died. They seized and heard that the youngest brother was king. They were surprised. They realized that the fighting were wrong. Saying to their father, "The guest the chosen as their king. He's a bad choice." Unit 8. Wallace. Accept. To accept something that's the offer to take it. The girls felt nice name. Orange. And balance. Contrast. Encourage. Familiar. Grab. If you take hold of someone or something suddenly. I grabbed the pear from the tree. Hang. Huge. Necessary. Happen. Propose. Oh dear. Perfect. Perfect. Release. Require. Request. Single. Says. Care. Care. Terror. 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 In. Uh. Love. Live. Terror. Theory. Ned, do you ever wonder where the moon of the sun came from? The inner people of the last hire have a theory. They tell a story about a beautiful girl. It was very nice. In contrast, her brother was a mean little boy. One day he proposed something. We should go to a flying, he said. The girl accepted. First, it will be necessary for us to prepare. He bring her and put on nice clothes. This required a lot of time, but the girl wore hot, and soon she had upset. She looked perfect. They attended the party together. The girls were having fun. Later, they wanted door. Suddenly, the light will turn on. Someone grabbed her hand and tore her clothes. She ran out the bathroom. They wanted to know who did it to her. Then she had an idea. She fixed the hair again. This time it was even more beautiful, even balanced beautiful draws in it. He wanted to his courage to person grab it again. She put the leg into hand. The purpose of this was to catch person. She went to the bathroom again and was the same pattern, the arriving top and someone grabbed her hand and will release it standing black. The girl returned to her party. She knew there was only a single person with black hand. When he saw that person, he was very familiar. His was the brother. He ran into the rack and ran up to them. They people fire so they can see in the dark. The smoke into the end. As they ran the girl, they became huge. They got afraid. When the fire went out, he had to end the sky. She became the moon, and her brother became the sun. They traced each other forever. Tracing. Unit 9, work list. Against. To be against something is to be touching it or approaching it. They both learn against the world. Pitch. Damage. Damage. Discover. Emotion. Fix. Frank. You are frank, very honest. You are frank discussion with a student. Frank. Frank. Identify. To identify something, you're able to name it. I use the fire to identify his name. Island. An island is in the middle of water. The pen is a group of islands. Ocean. Perhaps if you could say could happen. Present. Present, you enjoyed. Prevent. Rock. Nothing in the dot. Nothing in the dark. Safe. Step. Throw. 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 Wave. Wave. Starfish. I took a trip to an island. I had a fun. I sat and watched the wave and listened to the ocean. I learned to identify birds. I discovered pretty things and enjoyed the taste of new food. It was a very nice start. One evening, I just present brought by the ocean. When the wave came in, many starfish out on the game. Some starfish went at the water, and they were seen, but other starfish were there on the same, and they would die if they did not get into the water. There are many starfish on the beach of night. It made me sad, but I knew I could not fix the problem. I stepped very carefully so I did not damage them. Then I saw the little girl. She was also sad about starfish. She wanted to prevent all of them from dying. For that, if I perhaps help her. To be frank, I don't think I do anything by that. The little girl started to cry. She sat back against the straw and the touched to fry. Finally, Get's motion will come. She stopped crying and stepped out. Then she picked a starfish and threw it into the water. What are you doing? I asked her, but she did not answer me. She just threw as many starfish as she could. You cannot say all of them, I said. She started to look at me. No, I cannot them all, she replied. Let's pick up a very big starfish instead, but I can save this one. And then she smiled into threw the starfish as fast as she could into the ocean.